Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of Reality Is, where words do come to life. Thank you for joining this channel. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you too can know when new videos are being uploaded. So, today, Mayor Lightfoot had a live conference and they were discussing the COVID-19 vaccination. And a lot of people in the conversation were referencing the doctor that died from the shot. And they were saying that they have a lot of vaccinations, which, we'd heard different information that they don't have enough vaccinations. And so I was like, okay, but you all saying that the vaccination is so great, but you're not telling the side effects of the vaccination. And everybody, some people have pre-existing conditions. Everybody's body is different, but you making this vaccination like it's
for everybody.
Like it's for everybody, and it's this great thing. So then this lady responded to me and asked me, was I a doctor? I started to ask her, are you a doctor? But I didn't. And so I went on to say that we can talk about what we want about this vaccination. Nobody knows really the ins and outs of the vaccination. Nobody has verified that the vaccination has stopped somebody from getting COVID. Nobody has verified that the vaccination is actually working. What people can actually verify is that they don't have any symptoms or any side effects. So how do you know really if the vaccination is working or not? You understand what I'm saying? You don't know that. You don't know that whatsoever. So here is my other thing with the vaccination. And I'll say this and I'll stick to it. This is my body. What I decide to do with my body is me. That's my decision. But nobody can force me to put anything inside my body that I don't want in there, because let me tell you what I'm going to say to you, and I want you all to understand it's good. If you would take the vaccination and it ended up that it did take your life from getting the shot, who's going to be accountable for that?
Who's going to know?
I'm just saying, who's going to be accountable for you taking the vaccination and it don't turn out so great? Because once you check out of here,
that's it.
You can't reverse the process. You can't. And I'm not saying that those who don't want to take the vaccine, that you can't take it. Everybody has a personal reason for why they want to do what they want to do. But for me, I say no. Every medication that they do have side effects.
Yes, it does.
And the side effects is like a book on the bag. And it causes more problems than the medication is supposed to cure.
Yeah.
So you all are pushing this vaccine. You're pushing this vaccine. We saw the lady who took the shot, and right when she got the shot, right on national TV, she passed out. We saw another nurse giving another worker the shot, and then later on find out after doing the close-up that they wasn't actually giving them the shot. They was faking like they was giving the shot. Oh. So you all saying all this stuff to me, asking me, I'm a doctor, are you paying attention to what's going on? Are you really looking at, because sometimes I think we just want to believe just to believe because our fear takes over. Mm-hmm. It's a man-made vaccination. This is a God thing right here. Your mayor, your governor, the ex-president, your congressman, your senator, your aldermen, your state representative, they can't control this. And when y'all get that in y'all head, then you'll understand this right here is a God thing.
It's real.
And God is the only one who can stop it, even for those who don't believe in God. It's a God thing. Because only God can shut down the United States and across international waters with one blow. And y'all trying to figure it out, the death escalation then went up. People that got the virus and survived it. Wake up, people. a man-made vaccination trying to tackle a godly experience. How does that work? I'm just saying. And no, I'm not a doctor. I'm not. I'm not a physician for any smart ass who get on here and respond again and say, well, you're not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. But I have common sense. I know what I will or will not do. And again, if you decide to take the vaccination, that is your personal choice. But what everybody needs to understand, even if everything opened up and these jobs suggest that you take the vaccination, these employers are not going to be accountable for anything that happens to you as a result of the vaccination. They're going to find every logical way to get around paying you sick time or in our government paying disability. See, these are the things that we don't think about. We're not thinking about this. We just think, oh, it's vaccination and it should help. That's fine. But is it really helping? I'm just saying. And are we really seeing all the positive things about it? Because if you want to be honest and you want to gain people's trust, then you need to show the good as well as the bad that goes along with it. You just can't be one-sided when it comes down to the vaccination. You can't.
They one-sided about everything else. Why can't they?
Well, they are one-sided about everything else. And then I don't trust what these individuals say, and I'm just going to be honest about it. They say the strain hasn't changed, but that's what they say about the flu.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? People are getting pneumonia and everything else. So, help me to understand, because I'm not understanding. And y'all have all these live streams to try to convince individuals, because that's what it seems like to me. The more you get on TV and the more you talk about the vaccination, the more you try to convince somebody to take the vaccination.
That's true. That's all they're going to do is convince you.
But here's the other side to it. A lot of individuals are unemployed now. So if something goes wrong, they don't have no medical.
Right.
They have no medical. And for all you people in position that's pushing it, you have your medical. If something goes, you can go to the doctor and you're going to get top-notch treatment. What about those individuals that don't have medical? What about the heart patient? What about the diabetic? What about the person with leukemia? What about the person with cancer? What about the person with lupus? What about the person who had a stroke? What about the person who's an asthmatic? I'm an asthmatic. My sister is a diabetic. What about that? What about anything that's laying dormant in somebody's system that would not be awakened unless they took that shot? But see, these are the things that you all don't pay attention to. You don't look at, and you think when somebody buck against the grain, you know, they're being difficult and they're trying to create havoc. No, y'all create havoc. Trying to convince somebody to take something. You provide it. You say this is an opportunity for you to take for those who want to take it. And then you leave it there. You tell them the ins and the outs of the vaccination and you leave it there. Every time you get up there.
Don't leave anything out.
Don't leave nothing out.
Anything out.
Don't leave nothing out.
Mm-mm.
And then here's the next thing for me. And I said this in other videos. Once this vaccination become part of the rotation, like the flu shot, then it's going to become a money maker.
Yeah.
And the money maker is going to the pharmaceutical companies. Then the product probably going to be cheapened down, and it's not going to work like it should. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
And we're going to be stuck with the buck of the cost. And when you go back to your employers, they're going to try to incorporate those costs into your medical insurance. And you're going to be stuck with an extra bill. And this is the problem I have with this system. And this is the problem I have with the things that you do. Because you don't think about what y'all decisions are and how.
It's all about self.
Exactly.
They're not looking at us as a whole. We the people. They're not looking at that. Only me, myself.
And I.
Yeah.
So think about it. Y'all may think that this is some harsh conversation and I'm just being mean and cruel. But no.
It's real. Might as well keep it real.
And I'm going to, oh, this is real talk. And people, a lot of people can't handle real conversation.
Mm-hmm.
They can't handle it. But the truth is the truth. There's no ins and outs for this vaccination. And I'm not saying that maybe 2 years, 3 years down the line, it won't be a good thing. Who knows? I don't know that. But right now, for me, I'm not trusting of it. Not at all.
No, I can't neither. It's too fast.
It's too fast.
Everything is too fast.
And it's a vaccination that wasn't supposed to be ready until this year.
Mm-hmm.
But then you pushed it out last year. So it makes me think, if y'all can push it out that fast, then we should have been pushed it out before we escalated to the numbers of death that we escalated to.
Yeah.
You should have been saving lives a long time ago.
And they say that this did not just get here in March.
Mm-hmm.
They say it was, 2018.
But they didn't realize what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sad. All of this chemistry and all of this other stuff that our society has developed and you couldn't find it before.
All this modern technology.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
Well, that's a question. And so I'm just saying, again, if you want to take the vaccine, then take it. That's your choice. But when somebody make a response on a stream, people are quick to ask you a question, what are you? You ain't no doctor neither when you make that statement. And my opinion is my opinion. I determine what I do with my body. Nobody else determines. Because whatever it does to me, I'll have to deal with it. If it gives me Bell palsy, if it gives me multiple sclerosis, if it gives me anything, I'll have to deal with it. And this government that we call a government don't give a damn about us. Let's be realistic about it. Because if something go wrong with you, and like I say, as many people that's unemployed, they ain't got no medical insurance, how are they going to get some help? But nobody has addressed that. And I don't think nobody even thought about it.
Are the vaccines, they're free, right?
For now. For now. They even start, after a while of giving COVID a test for free, they even start charging for the COVID test.
Yeah, I heard that. That was my next question.
Yeah. So everything that you start out free ain't free. So when you all talk about helping us, it always end up a cost to our pocket, an already stressed, strapped, and strained financial pocket.
Yeah.
So how are you really helping? I just want to ask that question. So can somebody let me know, how are you helping? Please. I want to know that. Let's keep it real. I may say it, a lot of people may be thinking it, but they don't have the courage to say it. But I have the courage to say it. I'm saying it. Hello? Can you hear me? Answer the question. Those in charge who making these decisions. Answer it. And again, I say, I hope our government don't be so smart and snazzy that you think that these companies, you get a permission to force somebody to take that shot. Because again, they're not going to be responsible for what happens to that individual body if it don't go right. You're not going to pay for no funeral costs. You're not going to pay for anything. You're not. The first thing you're going to say, I hope you got some insurance. And if they're unemployed and they got to choose between rent and insurance, I guess the insurance is going by the wayside and they'll have to keep a roof over their head.
That's for sure. Have they canceled out the Obamacare?
No, Obamacare is supposed to still be going. It's supposed to be. But as they say, you know, funds are limited, and in your good Congress and Senate, they have to approve some things. But they approve, they raising their salary. I don't understand that neither. They're going to make sure their pockets are filled and empty out of everybody else. And that bothers me.
And that's the way the system works.
Yeah, but guess what? I'm calling everybody's ass out to the carpet.
But they say a change needs to come.
It needs to come. And if you holding the seat as a Congress or a senator, even Danny Davis, I call his butt to the carpet too. Because a lot of y'all love him. And he needs to retire. He needs to set it down. Really, he does. I'm just saying. So stop patronizing and being nice. When people get to a certain age, they need to move over. It's time for some new blood. Y'all just go along with people because you're scared to move them out the seat. You wait till they die out the seat. We need somebody that's going to speak up for the people. Not when they're forced to speak up. Come on now. Let's be realistic with this thing. I'm just saying. Keeping it 100, ain't it?
100. Reality.
I don't sugarcoat nothing. I keeps it like it is. All right. I know some of y'all may not like what I said, and I'm okay with that. Don't phase me, no. It's part of life. And that's how I feel, and that's the way I look at things. And I'm sure there's other individuals out there that look at it the same way that I do. They might not say it like I'll say it, but
it is what it is.
It is. It's the truth. And that's what we call it. Freedom of speech. I got a right to say what I need to say and what I want to say. No, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just telling the truth.
That's it.
But anyway, thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Reality Is, where words do come to life. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you too can know when new videos are being uploaded. Join in on the conversation. Leave your comments and ask your questions, and we can talk about it. I'll talk about it. I have no problem with it. So you can leave your conversation and let's dialogue. All right. Have a good one.
Be blessed.